So in the previous class we saw about income, gross total income and total income. So income is a monetary return. Regularly you will get it and from one particular source. So regarding this we studied in the previous class. Now in today's class we'll see about one of the type of income, that is agriculture income. So agriculture income, where you will agriculture income under Krishi Adaya. So in India, agriculture income is exempt from tax. So in today's class, we'll see what and all types of things will come under agriculture income, which and all items will come, what is the purpose of agriculture income, what is non-agriculture income, what is partly agricultural income, and how we will treat it for taxation purpose. So we'll see to the concept. So now what is this agriculture income? It is a rent or revenue which is received from a land which is in India used for agriculture purpose. Now we'll see what is these things. Krishi Adaya, Adaya ilinda bantu, from land. So if you are getting some income from other than any land, maybe through air, water, all those things, it won't come under agriculture income. It should be derived from land, and it is from the land which is situated in India, not in foreign country. It is in India. If it is in foreign country, it may be taxable, and it should be used for agriculture purpose. If you use it for any other purpose, it won't be considered under agriculture income. So first point, agriculture income, it may be a rent or revenue. It should be derived, extracted from where? From land with the use of human intervention, and that land should be situated in India. So if the land is there in foreign country, it won't come, and it should be used for agricultural purpose. For other commercial purpose, if you use any land and that income you are considering it as agriculture income, it won't be considered in that way in the eyes of law. So that is the first thing. Next one we'll see, it should be derived from such land. Such land means what? That land which is situated in India and used for agriculture purpose. From such land, by what? By agriculture operation, with the use of agricultural based activities you are doing, or you are using a method to convert a product into market fit. For example, you are converting rubber. From rubber, you will take out the rubber milk, convert into sheets, and you will sell it. Right? So like that, if you are using one particular method to convert a product into market fit, that will be considered as agriculture operation, and it is a produce to converting that, at the same time selling that. By selling it, if you are getting any income, it will be considered as agriculture income. So it is an income derived from a land which is situated in India, used for agriculture purposes, and income you are getting from agriculture operation, maybe by tilling, maybe by using the land, maybe by cutting, what I can say, by using the land, by using the soil. So through these ways you are getting the income, and then it will come under agriculture income. The process of converting product into market fit. Some products, if you go and sell it in the market, you won't get value or price. So you will convert them and you will put it to the market and you will sell it. Or so you are selling it and you are converting. Sometimes you are converting and you are giving it to someone else. That person is selling, and that person will give you some money. So that money also will be considered as agriculture income. Then the farmhouse. If you have some house, maybe a shed, or maybe a pump house, maybe a small building for the workers. So all these things are considered under the definition of farmhouse. So if you are getting any income from the farmhouse, maybe through renting or any other types, if you are getting any income, that will be called as agriculture income. So three things will come. First one, from the land which is situated in India. So you are using it for agriculture purpose and you are getting the income, that will be called as agriculture income. Such kind of land, that is a land in India used for agriculture operation. So if you are using for agriculture purpose, getting some income, that will be considered as agriculture income. Or you are converting a product into market fit, from that you are getting the income, you are considering it as agriculture income. At the same time, by selling that, if you are getting any income, that will be called as agriculture income. One more thing I told, if you are earning any income from farmhouse operations, that income also that income also we can consider as agricultural income. So these are the things which we should know regarding agriculture income, basic things. Now, which income is considered? So which income is considered as non-agriculture income and which income is considered as partly agriculture income? So now you are getting some income not from exactly from land and you are using it for commercial purpose, then it is not called as agriculture income. Like for example, you are doing stone quarrying. You are have a quarry way and you are doing the stone quarrying, then it won't come under agriculture income. You are taking out water and you are selling, then it is not called as agriculture income because there is no human intervention at all. So it is spontaneously available in the earth. You are selling it and you are making the money. At the same time, you are cutting the grass and selling. That also won't come under agriculture income. So when it is spontaneously grown and you are selling that and you are getting the income, it won't considered as agriculture income. If it is grown with a human intervention, then it is called as agricultural income. So that is regarding agriculture income. So when you are selling something without your effort, it is grown and you are getting the money, it is not called as agriculture income. So that is non-agriculture income. This is about agriculture income. In India, you are growing, you are getting income from agriculture operation. Next one we'll see partly agriculture income. So partly agriculture income means it is partly agriculture, partly business. So some elements are agricultural and other elements are business elements where market value is considered. Marketing concept will come into picture. Now, I can give you some example for this. Now, here are some examples. Growing and manufacturing tea. The person who is manufacturing tea, he won't sell those like tea. It won't be available directly in the land. You have to pluck the tea leaves. You have to convert. You have to process it. You have to cut it into pieces. Then the concept of tea powder will come into picture. Same in case of coffee. So some types of seeds will be grown. It will look like a fruit. It should be processed. It should be put it into like heat. We'll call it as coffee beans. Then that coffee beans are converted into coffee powder. Then it will be sold. Rubber we can consider. Milk will be collected from rubber tree. We'll make it as a sheet. Then we'll heat it. All those things will be done. Then it will be called as rubber, raw rubber. Yeah. Sugar also. From sugar cane we are extracting. Now, from all these ways, by using different methods and types, if you are getting any income, you are generating some income, that will be called as agricultural income. So these are the things we have to know. It is a partly agriculture income. Some elements are agriculture, some elements are business. In case of tea, I can tell plucking tea is agriculture. Processing it is partly agriculture. It means it is business. So these incomes are called as partly agriculture income. I have told you already about non-agriculture income. So some incomes where there is no you are selling the things which are grown spontaneously from inland, you can consider it as non-agriculture income. Similarly, cutting the trees, selling waters, stone quarrying, granite quarrying, all those things won't come under agricultural income. So this is about partly agriculture income. Next one we'll see about treatment of agriculture income for taxation. Yeah. So now here one thing you have to know, at the beginning of this particular class I have told you, it is exempt from tax. Agriculture income is exempt from tax. But when if you have only agriculture income, you are not going to file and you need not pay tax. But when it comes to integration of non-agriculture income and agriculture income, agriculture income is non-agriculture income is. In that case, the concept of this particular integration will come into picture. In that case, in spite of exemption is available for agriculture income, the agriculture income is integrated with the tax and it will push non-agriculture income into higher tax slabs. In that case, first non-agriculture income will be considered and then agriculture income will be considered. Meaning ee riti ide. So he has 2 lakh of income, 1 lakh non-agriculture, 1 lakh agriculture. So he will consider non-agriculture first, then agriculture. So as of now, up to 2,50,000, up to 2,50,000 income, you need not pay tax. Now you have agriculture income of more than 5,000. If it is there, it is taxed in some of the cases. But it will push the limit. Like for example, you have an agriculture income of 80,000 and non-agriculture income of maybe 2 lakh. So 2 lakh and 2 lakh 80,000. 2 lakh 80,000 is your income. So you are not considering 80,000 agriculture income first and then remaining non-agriculture income. In that case, you have to pay tax on 30,000. But here, what it will be done is first non-agriculture income will be considered, then agriculture income will be considered. So it will push non-agriculture income into higher tax slabs. So here, what will be done is in many of the cases you need not pay tax. First non-agriculture income, see here, non-agriculture income is exempt first, then agriculture income is exempt. So finally it will push slab. If you have less income, it won't affect. If it is more income, first non-agriculture income will be considered, then agriculture income will be considered. But in all the cases, agriculture income is fully free, whereas it is shifting it to higher tax slabs. In that case, other heads may be taxable in some cases. Yeah. So this is what you should know about agriculture income. So first of all, agriculture income means it should be derived from land. Land should be situated in India and it should be used for agriculture purpose. If it is for commercial purpose, we cannot consider it as agriculture income. It should be derived from land, such land andre situated in India and used for agriculture purpose. From that land, you have to derive some income and you are converting into market fit or you are selling such produce. So these things will be considered as agriculture income. And any income you are earning from farmhouse, pump shed or a home for renting home for the people. So all these will be considered under agricultural income. So there is a concept of partly agriculture income where some are, so in that income some elements are agriculture, some are business. So that also we should consider. And when your income is more than 5,000, you have to integrate with the non-agriculture limit. So in that case, non-agriculture income will be taxed first. Then see, computation is done first, it is exempted first, then after that agriculture income will be exempted. Note down these books in points in your book and study about this. You can expect this agriculture income question for section C. Almost every year it is repeated. Thank you.